Hi, welcome to Artistry Collaborative. My name is Joanne and I'm so glad you decided to join me today. If you're new to my channel, well, welcome. I hope you stick around, and if you see what you like, please become a subscriber because I would love for you to join my YouTube family. And to my subscribers, well, I just adore you. Today we have red, white, and blue, All America, 4th of July, and yeah, I had a lot of fun doing these. Here at Artistry Collaborative, we are the home of Try Lab because, well, all we want you to do is try. I am passionate about inspiring creativity in everyone. So come along and let's create these together.
Okay, so this is a tube I got from maybe wrapping paper, and I am marking, I think I did 5 inches, 4 inches, and 3 inches. And then I used my miter saw and I cut them down. So you could do any size you want. You could also use paper towel rolls or toilet paper rolls. I think Dollar Tree even sells a styrofoam rod. You could use that. Anything that is round. So yeah, I'm just cutting these down, and then I'm going to sand them, the edges, just to keep them nice and even. And then we are going to cover them with some scrap paper. Okay, so here are my 3 pieces, and I'm just taking a little bit of duct tape and I am going to put it over the top because later on we're going to make, if you don't know, we're making little sticks of fireworks. So we want the wick to be able to come out of the top. So I am just, I was originally trying to cut circles, but it was just as easy just to put it down and then trim around it and then lay it down on the sides. So that's what I did with all 3 of them. I didn't bother doing the bottom. I end up tying it all together, so it doesn't really matter, and you don't need to cover it. Okay, so now I'm just putting it on the top, and I think this is the bigger one, so I may have did 2 rows of stars, but on the smaller ones I just did a single. I don't remember. And then I'm looking to see, I want to make sure I get the red, white, and blue stripe in, so that's why I'm cutting it down the middle. And I'm gonna, I think I even cut some of the blue off so that we can get the stars on the piece. So yeah, as you see, we put that on, and I'm just using tacky glue to put that on. And then we'll put the stars on the top. Alright, so I'm using this wired jute rope that I got at the Dollar Tree, and I'm just putting a little bit of glue where I'm going to cut, because the string will unravel and you want it to stay tight. So I put the glue, and now I'm using my wire cutters, and then I just cut that off. And I did the same at the other side. And now I'm just wrapping it around a pencil to twist it. And there's your wick. So now I just take my X-Acto knife and I cut kind of like a T. And then I put some hot glue and stick that in there, and that is it. Okay, so now I have the three of them together, and I'm taking some of this red twisted twine that I have, and I am just tying it together and just making a simple knot, and that is it. Okay, so I have one of these star shapes from the Dollar Tree, and I just put a piece of Scotch tape on one side, and now I'm filling the hole with some of that hole filler that you can get at Dollar Tree. Sometimes you can find it, sometimes you can't, so when you find it, I would buy a couple because I use it all the time. So we'll let that dry. Okay, so using this brown stain from Waverly, I am going to stain that piece of wood that we are going to create this tabletop decor. So I'm just using up what's on the top there, and then just taking a brush and brushing it on. And I mean, you could brush it on with a brush, you could wipe it on with a baby wipe, whatever you have available. If you want it really light, you could lighten it by adding water to it. But just cover the whole thing and then let that dry. Okay, so here I have my white star, and I'm using this blue paint I got from Michael's and this red paint I had in my stash. I'm going to paint the star white, and then I'm going to do every other letter. I'm going to do one red, one white, one blue. One red, one white, one blue. So that's all I'm going to do here. Alright, so here I'm adding just a little bit of water to some of that stain because I want a dry brush. I want it to look a little bit distressed. So I'm going to dry brush. If you can't see it on camera, but I just like wiped it on a paper towel, and we're just going over the star, and we're just going to distress it a little bit. Later on, I take a paper towel and wipe it down a little bit more because I don't want it to be too dark. And then you can see the letters in the background, and I did those, yeah, again, one red, one white, one blue, one red, one white, one blue. And you can, do this with as much or as little distressing as you prefer. You don't have to distress it at all, but I just like it to look a little aged. Alright, so now I'm just taking this tool from Dollar Tree. It has a blunt end on, well, they're both blunt ends, one's thinner than the other, and I'm just going to put dots on the letters. I just wanted to give it a little bit more of a pop. The plain letters just didn't do much for me, so I decided to go in with the white chalk paint and just put dots on the letters. And then I think you'll see that I did some red and blue on the white one, just because you can't put white on white, obviously. So here I have my letters, and I'm writing God bless on the star. I'm just using some hot glue to put the letters on the star, and then I put the letters for America on that piece of wood itself. You'll see what I mean when you see the whole piece done. But yeah, I'm just using some hot glue, and I'm just gluing these all in place. And one of the things I should say is obviously the letters that went on the star were just the red and the blue. So now I'm putting it on this slot. Now again, if your piece doesn't have it, which it probably won't, you can just put some Jenga blocks behind the star's feet, which I ended up doing anyways because it didn't want to stand. So here I am just adding the Jenga blocks to the back of the star so that it has a sturdier stand. And we decorate it so no one sees it unless they look behind the star. So that's all I did for this. And just to give it a little more extra security, I put a couple of popsicle sticks behind it to be sure that it's, you know, stood up straight. So I was having a few problems with this standing up. But I was going to add these stars in anyways. They came in a strip of 3 stars from Dollar Tree. I was going to use the blue with the white stars and then the red with the white stripes, but it ended up I had to change out the red and white one, the white with the red stripes, because it was too big and it was covering up my letters. So adding the extra star gave it a little bit more stability. And here I'm adding even another piece. Again, I want to make sure that it doesn't come crashing down. As you can tell, you know, best laid plans, but you could do all of this with Jenga blocks or the tumbling tower blocks, and it will stay. And then you'll see we add another heart, and it all works out in the end. So here I was going to use that star, but it was too big. So now I am looking at my letters, and as you can see, the M and the I will have red and blue dots on them. And I end up putting stripes on the I so that it looks like a little firecracker. So what we're going to do is we're going to glue the America right in the front of the wood piece. This way here they stand up nice and straight.
So a little bit of change of plans. I was going to use this star, but it covers the words. So then I thought, well, I use this star, still covers the words. So we have this star, which works. So this is one of the, I call them ornaments, but they have them in the Crafter Square. I filled this in, and I'm going to paint this white. And then I printed some God Bless America lyrics, but I want them to look a little aged. So I took some tea, and I'm just seeping it, and then I'm going to pour it into this pan with the music, and it's going to age it. And then that's going to go on here. I'm going to paint this white and the sides white. And what I'm going to do is see if I have some washi tape in just red stripes and make red stripes along here. So this will be red and white stripes. This will be the music. That'll go here. Okay, so I painted it white and I did have the washi tape. So now I'm just following the lines all the way around. And then once I have this down, I will go over it with Mod Podge just to keep it in place. This is a great way to get stripes. I think I'll just do it along the other edge. So there's the stripes, and I'm just going to take some Mod Podge now and go over that so that it is sealed. Now I think because this pan is old, some of the tin leaked, but I like the effect, so yeah. So I'm just going to dab this with some paper towel. And of course, the darker you want it, you could use more tea bags, or you could like soak it overnight. This has only been soaking about an hour. So it's just enough not for it to be bright white. And so I'm going to blow dry it. So I bought these flags. They come in a pack of 3 at Dollar Tree. Now there is a hole here, so I could just put it there, but it blocks too much of it. So what I'm going to do is drill a hole down this end and have the flag there. So it doesn't even have to go all the way through. It's just a matter of having a place for it to go. And then we can just glue that right in there. And I'll put glue in there to secure it a little bit more. Okay. All right. So now onto this. So this we're going to put some Mod Podge on. And I would like it to say Land That I Love. I don't think I'm going to get it. Just miss it. Or maybe I should do Home Sweet Home. And then I'm going to put Mod Podge on that. And I'll just let this dry naturally, and then we will trim it. So just for a little detail, I did the eye. I wanted it to look like a firecracker, so I'm just going to take a little snip of this. I got these at the Dollar Tree. Just a little snip. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of glue back here. And do that. I think that's cute. So as I'm looking at this, it's a little too plain. So I thought maybe I'd put dots around here, but then I got dots everywhere. So what I'm going to do is take a small round paintbrush, and I'm going to do dashes all around in red and blue. So I'm just going to go like this, and they're going to look like stitches. And then I'll come in with the blue. Okay, so here's the star, and I trimmed around it. Now I'm just getting some sandpaper and cleaning up the edges. Alright, and then I'm taking my vintage photo distressed ink, and I'm just going to ink up the sides again, just to give it a little bit more aged look. just take some hot glue. We're going to glue that baby right there. And that's it. I really like this. I'm not a huge 4th of July decorating person, but this year I've studied a lot. I became a docent to a nearby museum and learning all about the importance of this town in the pre-revolutionary war. So I guess it's just turned me on to history and yeah, our forefathers and all that we went through. So God bless America, because you know we have lots of complaints, but it is a beautiful, beautiful country. It has its problems, but we're still blessed. So this was inspired by something I saw at Michael's. They had these fireworks looking things. They were made out of tin, and I really liked them, but I didn't like the price, so I thought, well, I gotta make my own. So I've been saving some cans, and I went and I bought some blue and some red. This is just called, let's see, apple red and evening navy, and I got it in the satin. Oh, this is ultra matte, but yeah, I didn't want it glossy. So I'm going to go out, spray one red, one white, and one blue. I also am going to take these are used, obviously, used aluminum, and I'm going to, I wonder if I could use that. I'm going to save it just in case. So, here's the circle. So I need it to be bigger than this. So I'm going to cut about an inch all the way around. Okay, so here's the circle, and you cut to the center, and then you're just going to turn it as much as you want, and then I just put a bead of hot glue and there you go. And then this is going to go like that. So I'm going to go spray these. I don't know if I want like this to be a different color than this. I'm not sure. Or do I want them all the same color? Because I'm going to decorate them. I actually wonder if I should make it even pointier. Yeah, I like that better. Yeah. So here are the cans, and this one I want red and white stripes. So normally I would just use painter's tape, but I can't find my painter's tape, so I am using some washi. I have a ton of it, so. And I'm just, this is where I want the white part to be, and then I just use this as a guide, and I'm going to go all the way around the can. And then take this, put it here. This does not look straight to me. Alright, so I'm going to do that all the way around the can, and then I'm going to go back and paint it red. And so that we'll have the red and white stripes. Alright, so now we're just going to peel the washi tape off. And it's picking up some of the paint. Oh, it's not very clean, is it? May have to do some touch-ups. I don't know if I care. I don't know. We'll have to see. Yeah, I should have known better because of the ridges of the can. You're gonna get bleeding. So, there is that. Alright, so I'm going to just take some of my chalk paint and clean it up just a little bit. I'm not going to get too fussy because I'll probably distress it anyway. Now I'm going to put these in my yard. They're not going to last the season, and that's fine. If you want them to last the season, then you know you want to use outdoor paints. You want to use outdoor. I mean, the spray paint is fine, but like this chalk paint won't work. All right, and let's see. I guess we're going to do the white one on here, like so. Alright, and then while that's drying, I want stars on this one. So I'm going to find some stencils or some stickers, and let's see what we can do. Sticky glue. Once they are dry, I'm going to put an overall thing of Mod Podge to seal them a little bit. But I also want to decorate. This needs more red. I need to go paint that. Decorate this a little bit more. So I'm using some permanent paint, and I'm just going to doodle different designs. Like so. And then I think this one I'm going to find some silver and do a twirl. And then this, I'm going to have to go paint it. But I think I'm going to make like fireworks. So just taking blue and just like that, and then putting little dots at the edge. Of each one, and actually I think you could put more, and then of course white. Where did my white marker go? Of course, you could do this with paint too, but it's a little hard with the ridges of the can, so I think the markers are a little bit more, well, they're a little bit easier. Alright, so I'm going to go do that and I'll be back. Okay, so this is what they look like, and I have to add stakes to them. So I'm just using what I have. I'm sure this was a pinwheel or something, and I saved it, so we're going to use that. And then I have a metal rod, because I wanted them at different levels, or you could use a skewer too. So what I'm going to do, now again, if this is going outside, you definitely want to use a like Gorilla Glue, or something industrial, E6000, anything like that. Alright, so I'm gonna put a lot more glue on here. And then I want these to come out the bottom, but I want it to come out the middle. So I'm going to build up. So this is just a piece of scrap wood I have, and I'm going to put that on the dowel so I can show you the inside here. I hope you can see that. Yeah. So, and then what I'll do is attach this to this, and it'll look like it's in the middle. And this one, I think I can just attach. I don't know. Let's see what happens. That in there. And then this one, I'm going to put the hot glue on here. Stick that in there. And then just hold it till it stays. And then I'll reinforce it with more glue. Alright. So I'll show you the final reveal. And there you go. Alright, so I know we made the other firecrackers, but they were small for like a tiered tray. But I thought this would make a better tabletop. But I've also seen them with really big blocks that you could put outside. So I just cut these down and I drilled a hole in the bottom. And then I drilled a hole in this block. And then I just take a piece of a skewer, and I'm going to put a piece in here, and then put that in there like so. So we'll put some hot glue. And now you've got the three. So now I want these to be on the top. So I'm going to drill holes in the top. then this one already has one. So, same thing. We're going to take this and we're going to cut it down. And then this is going to go like so. I think we should have different levels, right? So let's put this one in the little one. Alright, so let's put some glue, and we'll put this in here. Let's see. I wanted to use these stickers. Sure, I got these at Hobby Lobby, and put Happy 4th of July. So let me see how I'm going to do that. Now, letters, I picked up this from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to put this around the base. So you could hot glue it, but I'm going to tacky glue so that it's solid against the base. And you want to make sure you get your corners really crisp. And you can put it on the outside too, just to get it nice and flat, like so. Okay, so that's what I did with the stickers. And now, just to add a little more, I'm taking these foam stars from the Dollar Tree, and I'm cutting them in half. And I just put them on the bottom of the just decorate it just a little bit more. Yeah, I think that's cute. Okay, so I saw something similar to this on the Heidi Sambal channel last night, and I thought, oh, that's just too cute, I have to make one. So I went into my stash. I have a bunch of chair rails. She used one that you can get at Home Depot, but whenever I see a chair on the side of the road, I try to pick it up because the legs are perfect for DIYs. So if you have an old chair, or you go to the thrift store, there's so many things you can use, but this was just so adorable. So what I did is sanded it a little bit. I have this, I don't even know where it came from. It's kind of like that particle board. I was going to use this, but I wanted the screw to come all the way through to hold it up strong, and this is just too thick. So that's why I'm going with this. And then I pre-drilled the hole in here. And now we are just going to hopefully, oh, I gotta change my bit. And of course you want it flat because you want this to stand. So I'm going to start to drill it. I'm going to line up this hole with that. Okay, alright, so now I'm going to use my red, white, and blue paint, and I'm going to paint this white, and then we're going to put a white stripe. Actually, I think I'll just paint it red and see if I could put a piece of white tape. And then she did blue from here on up. So, and this is just from Craft Smart. Now I can see it's going to take a couple of coats to get this where it's really solid. And you can see here, this is where the leg met, so I just cut it and sanded it. But if you buy a chair rail, obviously you don't have to worry about that. Okay, so to make the face, you're going to take 4 Jenga blocks, or tumbling tower blocks, or whatever you want to call them. I'm going to use a little bit of hot glue, but probably tacky glue would be faster, but I'm just using this for the video, and I'm going to keep this one, so it doesn't matter. But I painted them in the white chalk paint, and I'm just trying to make it really thin so that there's no gaps. And then you take 5 black ones, well, I painted them black, obviously, and this will be the brim of the hat. So you put it this way, and then this way. Actually, I should have put it 2 here. And then we're going to put 1 in the middle, like that. Oh, I didn't paint that one. Alright, I'll do it later. And then on the side, put that together. Okay. And then I'm just going to take my chalk paint and ink, and I'm just going to make a couple of eyes, just some round. And of course, if you don't like using paint, you could definitely use a permanent marker. Okay, I gotta go find a button for his nose, and I gotta get some felt or something for his beard. Alright, so I have this half a button, and I'm going to use that as the nose. And then I have these felt stars I got in some grab bag or something. So I thought, well, that might be a cute little accent. So I'm going to go like this. I'll just do this side. Like that. And then I have these wooden stars, and I thought, now this is going to go up here like this. So I thought I would do white. Now, alright, so I found some batting from a chair pad. So basically what you're going to do is just cut like a leaf shape. Not sure how I want this. Alrighty, well, in my stash I found this, which I think will look absolutely adorable. It's very messy, but we will make do. Now I am going to turn this over because it is a raw edge. So I'm going like that. This is already bound, so I think that'll be okay. And then I'm going to put this on here. Trim it a little bit. Then I'm going to create, hopefully, now again, you can use the felt, or you could put the felt behind the, what do you call it? The, fiberfill, so that it stands out a little bit more. You could use fur, if you had some fur. There's 1,000 things you could use. You just want to give it some kind of form. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some glue along here and place this on here. Like that. Like that. All right. So I got these at Dollar General with their Halloween fall clearance. So I think I paid less than $1 for this. And so I got several actually. So I thought I would redo this. So we're going to paint this red, white. Oh, maybe I should put the blue on here. See if I can do that. Yeah, maybe I will do that. Alright, so let's take this off. So let's paint the top red. I'm still using the same red, the same blue, and the same white. This blue is really pretty. I got it clearanced at Michael's like a few weeks ago, but it's metallic and it's really, really pretty. I like it a lot. So if you go to your Michael's, you might want to check their clearance section. It just says metallic paint and it just says blue, so there's that. Alright, so yeah, this is gonna, but I'm gonna put a ribbon there so no one's gonna see. So I'm just going to paint this, and then I'm going to paint the other book white. Okay, so I'm going to take my tacky glue. I cut the paper down to fit on this last book, and we are going to take some tacky glue. And, you know, obviously not everybody has these books, but you can use the little crates from Dollar Tree. They have like 3 separations on the side. So I saw a lot of people create the book stacks with those. But yeah, again, I got these. Or you can even take 3 old books, or go to Dollar Tree and purchase, you know, 3 books. and take the covers off and then paint the inside flap. Or you could paint the outside too, I guess. If you cover it with paper, that would be even better. So there's tons and tons of ways. You could get 3 pieces of wood. You could do it that way. So there's lots and lots of ways you can do this if you don't have these books, which, you know, again, not everybody does. I just happened to get lucky and found them on the clearance. And I'm going to make a few different ones. I made one for my hall table in the teals and grays, and then I want to do one as a bumblebee theme. So yeah, there's lots and lots and lots that you can do. Alright, so let's see if I can find my, just take this. So I put a piece of red ribbon there, and then I found this ribbon at Hobby Lobby. Their ribbon was half off this week, so I picked this up for $1, and I loved it because it looks very vintage. So I just put a little bit of glue on that and bring it around like so. And then I'm just going to make a little bow with some white. And you know what? I think I'm going to get a little bit of red too. Okay, I changed my mind again. nothing new there, right? And I had this left over from, I think I got it at Christmas time. Yeah, it's Christmas party trim. I don't know where I got it. Let's see. Let's do it this way. This, and then I'm going to add a little bit of this. So now I want it to say home of the free because of the braids. Let's hope we can get these words on here. So I have these stickers again. Let's hope we have enough. And there you go. And there you go, the final reveal.